Well, anyone going to the Isle of Man government website may see a refreshing change. Everything's been moved around and given a new look. We're talking about the government website with Dan Davis. Your baby?
It's part of the overall transformation programme of government, so there's been a team working on this and for some time.
But I mean, it's been underway. I mean, I know beta's been out for some time, hasn't it?
Yeah, so we started the programme itself in 2011, which was about putting the customer first in government, and it was more about how do we redesign our services to be more customer focused, because in lots of ways, traditionally the services were organised on the old website, particularly around the sort of structure of government. So you had to know that the Department of Infrastructure had responsibility for planning, and so you click on infrastructure, then you'd have to click down into planning. So what we said was, how do we redesign it from the ground up really, but focusing on services. So in 2011 we started the programme off, and by 2012, the end of 2012, we'd launched the new beta website.
That's a long time then to get the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, there was 25,000 different pieces of information from 9 departments, 14 boards and offices. You know, we do the airports, the harbours, we have driving and vehicle licences, we've got the hospital, we do the Isle of Man Constabulary. So everything in government was on the website. We've got around about 13,500 pages of information now on the new website. So it's been a fairly big task. But what's been really important is kind of going live with an unfinished product. It sounds a bit counterintuitive, but we've sort of said, you know what, let's just put something out there and continually modify it and take feedback as we've gone. So we've had loads of constructive feedback about the way that the new site was organised. And now, you know, we've said, okay, enough's enough, let's draw a line in the sand and let's go with it.
The thing is, techies have to make it, but it has to be usable by people who don't quite know the same ways and means that the techies do.
Do you know, and she won't thank me for this, but we sort of said, can my mum use it? That's the rule of thumb. If my mum can use it, then we're sorted. And you're right. I think the old website was technically very good, but you know, trying to corral the departments of government and the boards and offices who've got different ideas into one sort of standard approach is really difficult, because they all do different things in different ways.
People, no doubt, you want people to use it more for doing things and cutting down jobs elsewhere, because that's your thing. I mean, like paying bills.
Yeah, absolutely.
I found it very, very difficult initially. I mean, the passwords and the ways of getting around. Is that being sorted out now?
That's the feedback we've got. So if you think of the spread of services we've got online, you go from paying your income tax, and if you think about paying your income tax, that is possibly the most sensitive information aside from your health records that the government holds on you. So when we first started, we took advice from the income tax division and said, how secure do you want this to be? And that's why there's a lot of security around logging in. You've got to remember your memorable password, you've got to remember the name of whatever. And it is quite a long process, but that's absolutely right and proper for that. However, we did get feedback from customers and internally from staff saying, you know what, if I want to pay a bill, I just want to go in, give you the bill number, give you my debit card number and pay it. You know, the same as Amazon or Google. You know, if you want to use something online, I log into Amazon with one password and I shop. So that's what we're doing now. We've got what we're calling lightweight payments. And we have started taking payments. MEA, you can pay your MEA bill, you can pay your rates online. And we're going to develop that further.
So that's an ongoing bit of work there, is it?
Yeah. Don't forget already, government receives, in the first 5 years that we put online services on, we took round about £500 million worth of payments in the first 5 years. This year, we think we're going to take 400 million in this year alone. So there's massive demand out there. People want to do their business online. They don't want to have to come to a government counter between 9 and 5:30. They want to, you know, think 11 o'clock at night, need to pay my car tax, and you can go on and do that now.
Because with your other sort of hat on about reforming government and pulling it down in size, is this all going to be part of it then? Well,
what this is about is saying, you know what, where transactions are high volume, so there's lots of them, and they're low complexity, so they're easy, simple transactions like making a payment. What we're saying is, let's move that online. Let's get people to serve themselves. And so what that does, it does help with overall helping departments to cope with the budget reductions. Departments are having to make tough choices now. They are reducing their budget. They are having to say, can I deliver this service at this level of quality, or can I still deliver these two services? So what this does is, it's not about job reductions, it's about helping government now manage the budgetary challenge it's facing, so living within its means.
People will be running off now to look at www.gov.im.
Very good.
It's something I'm no doubt you're going to hear a lot about in the first few weeks, people who suddenly can't find things that they could find.
Yeah, absolutely. We recognise the first few weeks are going to be pretty difficult, and we probably anticipate maybe a spike of calls into government, people going, oh, I can't find this. But the way it's organised is around services. So now, if you want to find school term times, for example, that's one of our most popular searches. We know that. We've looked at the search data, and we know that school term times, you know, for whatever parents want to know, that's the first item on the list. So people can log in and they know that they can just click straight on that. So hopefully the information's arranged so that most of the information you want is on the first page. And if it's not, we also recognise a growing trend. People want to search for stuff. People are used to going to a search engine on the internet, Google or Bing or Yahoo, and just typing what they want and being taken straight to it. So what we've said is, let's make government work like that as well. So the new search, the old search was not good. The new search hopefully is more intuitive. It brings up a list of suggestions and it'll take you hopefully first time to what you want to look for.
I'm assuming you're looking for feedback still, are you?
Absolutely. At the bottom of each page there's a was this page helpful? Just click yes or no. And what we are doing is we're going to keep the online email address. So if people want to email us to the GovIM email address on the website, they can email us and tell us good or bad what they like about the site, and we'll continually improve it.
We'll come back next year, shall we, and see how it's going?
You know what? Come back next year and we will have more services online. I reckon the stats, we already get 1.3 million visits a month to the GovIM website. So that's 1.3 million telephone calls avoided to government. That's 1.3 letters. We had last year round about 3.5 million forms downloaded off the internet. So that's 3.5 million forms government didn't have to print out a form, write the envelope, stamp it, send it out. So you know what, come back next year and we'll tell you the stats have gone through the roof.